Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I want to talk to you about betrayal strategy that I have been doing for a while now, and I think it is super rewarding. So first I will talk about the basics of betrayal. I'm not gonna go too much into the details, but I will just cover a few basics. It will take too long to explain the whole league mechanic. But I also will talk a bit about the rewards. After that, I also will talk about the results of the test that I did yesterday, and after this, I will show you the strategy that I have been using to farm it. And last thing I will show you is a few tips about Betrayal, how you can progress it a bit faster. So let's talk about basics. So first thing you need to know is there is pretty much one only way to put Betrayal into your map, which is through Ion mission on your map device. You can also use prophecies and some sextant, but this is pretty much the only way. The other ones are not that reliable. So after you put Betrayal into your map, you will be fighting some of the syndicate members, and after you kill them, you will be presented with some choices. And your goal with these choices is to basically fill your information bar in every safe house. And after you fill it, you will be able to enter that safe house. And depending on which kind of members you have and what are their ranks, you will get different rewards. After you finish safe house, you will interrogate the captain and you will gain the Catarina, which is the mastermind information. And after you fill this bar, you will be able to kill the boss. And then, after the boss, you will be presented with rewards for every single member of your entire safe house. And also, the rewards will be increased by one more rank. So let's say you have it.flat in research and he is rank 3. If you kill Catarina, you will get it.flat as a rank 4, which is the only way to get rank 4, so through killing the Catarina. As for the rewards, I made this spreadsheet that I think is the proper representation of what is worth to do and what isn't. So as of right now, pretty much everyone knows it already that the best member is Aisling, and you always want to have her in research, because if she is rank 4, you will get the craft that can add a veiled mod to an item, and that craft you can sell on TFT Discord for 3 to 4 exalts, most of the time for 4 exalts. So basically, when you are killing Catarina, you may always want to make sure you have Aisling in research as a rank 3. The other good ones are Hillock, basically anywhere except for intervention, it.flat in research. You will get 2 Bridgestone upgrades, 2 pure Bridgestones, and Hillock is just increased quality up to 30% for the tier 4. Tora is really good in intervention because Harbinger Scarabs are around 1 exalt right now, the winged Scarabs, which you get as the rank 4 rewards. And Vorici will give you 1 to 6 white sockets craft, which you can sell on TFT Discord, and basically the way you sell them, you sell it for around 40C per white socket. So it is a bit RNG, but it's still pretty good. The yellow ones are the ones that you shouldn't care that much about them, but it's still nice to have them. So for example, Chimera in transportation will give you league specific uniques, and most of the other ones are basically some scarabs. The ones without colors are just decent, but if you have them, it's okay, but I wouldn't worry too much about ranking them up. And red ones are basically nothing. If you get them, you don't really profit anything. So now let's talk about the results. And by the way, I will link this spreadsheet in the description. So this is results of 2 tests that I did. So first test was 9 hours and I did use 150 missions. And second test was 5 hours and I lost 100 missions. Also, the differences in these tests is that this one was first, so I actually was still learning about the league, how to do it. So I was losing more missions. And when I was doing the 9-hour test, I lost around 60 missions. So right now I have 40 and I started with around 100. But when I was doing this test, I didn't know already how to do it properly and I didn't lose any mission. When I was losing them, but I was getting them back, so I was basically sustaining my missions at around 40. So how much did I make? Let's look at the exile lens. So this is the first test, so 9 hours. I made around 8000 C and I lost 150 maps, which I was buying for 9 KS each, and also I was doing them blue, so I basically didn't lose anything on rolling them. So minus 1350 chaos and divided by 130, because exalts right now are 130 C. So I made 51 exalts in 9 hours, so a little bit less than 6 exalt per hour. And for the second test, I did get 4636 and I lost 100 maps, so minus 900 C divided by 130 and divided by 5 hours. So I pretty much also made the same amount. But again, the difference is, first time I was still learning, so I lost a lot more missions, and the second time I basically sustained my missions. So how did I do it? Also, by the way, these exalts are mostly from selling the async crafts and so on. And most of the other rewards are basically the scarabs. Also some essences, but I'm gonna talk about right now. How did I get the other rewards? So what I was doing is farming 2 zones, Valdos Rest and Haywork Hamlet. In Haywork Hamlet I was buying pretty much only atolls and cemeteries. So I was farming these zones because they have pretty easy bosses to kill and they are super short. And in Valdos Rest I was doing mostly city squares and sometimes Ashen Woods. Both of them are also pretty short zone and have easy bosses to kill. So Haywork is basically your fuel in terms of master missions, and Valdos Rest is where you want to use your master missions. So in Haywork, the most important passives are these 2. So you get additional 10% chance for additional Yun mission, and here every single time you kill a boss of the map, you will get 10 free intelligence to any safe house. So any of these 4 safe houses, you will get them for free. So technically you can actually just run maps in Haywork, and after around 40 maps you should be able to do all 4 safe houses, get your intelligence for your Catarina, and then just rank up your masters and do it almost without using any missions. And the other passives I was using were Bribery, which is pretty much not doing anything, and Essences. So when I encountered an essence on my way to kill the boss, I was also doing it, and if I had purple essences, I was corrupting it with Remnant of Corruptions. You could also take the Ritual or Harvest, it doesn't really matter. The only 2 that matter is Focus Investigation and Intelligence Gathering. Everything else, it just depends on your build and what do you prefer to do. My character is running super fast, so I think in my case ritual is not that worth doing, because it actually takes a long time to kill ritual. So in the time that I would do rituals, I could run additional, like maybe even 2-3 maps, so I don't think it was worth for me. But if you have a slow character that is tanky and deals a lot of damage, probably doing ritual at the same time while you do betrayal is a good idea. And in terms of Warstone, in this zone I was using 4 increased chance that the master mission you get for completing maps will be Yun. So 4 of them, plus Secrets of the Stone and Close Allies, give you a decent chance for getting your Yun missions. So again, I was farming Athos in cemeteries, basically to get my intelligence and my Yun missions in this zone. And the second zone I was farming is Valdos Rest. So after I was getting my intelligence and I wanted to rank up my members of Syndicate, I was doing this zone with Test of Loyalty. So this basically gives you additional rank every time you rank up something. So instead of getting 1 rank, your member will get 2 ranks, which speed up the process by a lot. Also, to be able to rank up someone, you need to have at least 2 members of that division present. Well, it doesn't need to be that division. You need to have at least 2 members of Syndicate in your map. So if someone is alone, you will not get the option to execute, never. So you need someone else. And to make that happen more often, I am using 4 Warstones with Immortal Syndicate members have 8% more chance to be accompanied by reinforcement. So in total, with Secrets of the Stone, it is 40% more chance for it. So yeah, this was basically a strategy. I was running the haywork, getting my missions, getting my intelligence, and after that I was spending missions on Valdos Rest, ranking up my members, and after I was rank enough of them, I would do the safe houses and then sell the Craft of Discord or just save my scarabs. Also at the same time, when you are doing this, you are progressing a lot of Awakeners. So here you can see loot from few Awakeners. So I think here I did like 3 of them, and here I did like maybe 5, maybe 6, I don't remember exactly. So let's talk right now about some tips that I can show you about farming the betrayal. So here is how your board will look like when you kill Catarina. So you will not know who is where. All of your members will basically be question marks, but if you notice, you also have some intelligence. So if you kill Catarina, you actually do not lose intelligence in your safe houses, which is pretty important. So you can actually, while you are ranking up your guys to kill Catarina, you can also at the same time make your intelligence progress to be able to progress next Catarina faster. But because you don't know who is where, you don't know where is Acelink. And again, Acelink is the most important part. You always want to focus on her. So you have basically 2 choices at that point. You can either just farm haywork, finish your safe houses, do them, and get your Catarina research. And the second choice is to, before you start getting your intelligence, do like anywhere between 1 to 5 missions to reveal who is where, and at the same time rank some of them. This way, when you do normal safe houses, not Catarina, you will also get some decent tier 3, tier 2 rewards. And the important part about revealing them is that you will know where Acelink is. And if, let's say, Acelink is here, so in transportation, and you do this safe house, after doing it, the new captain of the safe house can be either member of that division or someone that has no division. But most of the time, if I would do this safe house, for example, this member, even though I don't know who it is, will become captain. And if someone is captain, has a really small chance to appear in your map. So if Acelink is one of the captains, it can take a long time to first of all put her in research and then level her up. So one time during my first test, I had Acelink as captain of research, and it took me 20 missions to be able to rank her up. So you never want that to happen. So just to be safe, at this point you can do few missions just to reveal who is where, and let's say Acelink is here. In this scenario you would do fortification, research and intervention first. So this division kinda serves as a safe spot, and that you know Acelink will never show up as the captain in the other ones. And then you would derank her, put her in research, and then you would finish your transportation, so that you know Acelink will not become a captain. So here is the second example. So here's where the safe house is ready. So basically I can go in and kill Catarina. In this scenario my board is looking pretty good. I have Acelink, I have It That Fled, Vorici and Tora. So all of them are really good. And some decent Scarab rewards, so Graviatius, Rin and Vegan. But as you can see, Hillock is rank 2 and Kamiria is rank 2. But you shouldn't really care about Kamiria. The winged Scarab for Kamiria is Sulfite, which is like 15 chaos, so it doesn't really matter that much. But Hillock, rank 4, can be up to 1 exalt on TFT Discord, and rank 3 doesn't really serve for that much. So at this scenario you could think that, well, Hillock is rank 2, so I should do probably few more missions just to rank him up quickly. But because he is captain, you will pretty much never see him. So at that point I would just go and kill Catarina, just take what you can get, and that's it. Just don't worry too much. If you have, even if at that point I had Acelink and even It That Fled would be here and Vorici would be here somewhere, I still would probably just go and finish this safe house. It is just not worth spending additional missions on ranking up additional members when you have Acelink already ready. So here is the third example. Here is similar to the previous one, but this time I do not have Catarina ready, and my Acelink is here. So in this case scenario, this is actually a good example for what I was talking in here, in this first example. So how you want to have Acelink like somewhere safe. Let me go back to that image. So this one. So yeah, I have Acelink here, and this safe house is almost ready. So I will probably at that point just run Haywork, finish this safe house, do it. I will get some pretty nice rewards. Then probably this safe house would be ready after additional few missions, because it has a lot of intelligence, but I would not enter it, because again, if Acelink is here and I would enter it, you would have pretty high chance that Acelink would become a captain. So at that point I would not enter it. I would wait until research and fortification is finished. I would do both of them. Then I would do like one mission for my prisoners to proc, and then I would de-level Aisling, put her into research, and then I would do transportation. And at that point your Catarina should be ready, because most of the time you need like 3 or 4 safe houses. So in this case probably I would only need these 3, and then I would put Aisling in research and level her up, and I would have to level up these members again, because, well, if I would do intervention they would lose all of their ranks. And this is the last example. So here again Catarina is already ready, and I have Aisling here, I have Vorici, it.fled, but I don't have Tora in intervention, and Tora in intervention is around 1 to 1.5 exalts depending on your luck with scarabs, but it is at least 1 exalt, so it's really nice to have her here. So I was in the map and I got this option to rank up Camarilla, and what should I choose? Should I rank her up, which is again just like 10C profit, because tier 2 scarabs would be like 5C, and winged scarab, which is tier 4, would be around 15C, so it's not that big of a difference. And again, if I rank him up I will get 2 ranks because I am doing it in Valdos Rest, so Camarilla would immediately jump to rank 3. Or I could interrogate Camarilla, he would lose rank, he would go to prison, and it would make a spot so that maybe I can put Tora in here, right? So the question is it worth to interrogate him and try to get Tora, or you should just do the safe as right now, get Aisling and all of the other rewards. So at this point you would just rank up Camarilla. And again, like I said previously, if you have Aisling and something decent, you should just go and do your Catarina. Just cut your losses. Do not think that, well, maybe I will get Tora in like additional 1-2 missions. Sometimes it can take like 10 missions, even more, to get specific a member in a specific division. Especially since if you look at transportation and fortification here, they have only 1 member. So most of the time Tora will want to go to either transportation or fortification. You will very rarely get a chance to put her in intervention. So at that point I would just go and do Catarina. So yeah, there is quite a lot to learn about Betrayal, and like I said, after you learn it you can make so much more money, and basically you sustain your missions through getting your missions in Haywork, and you get your research for free. And sometimes I would drop to rank like 30 missions because I was doing too many of them in Valdos Rest, and let's say I was unlucky. So at that point I would go back to Haywork and work on my 3 safe houses, basically because of intelligence gathering. And at the same time I would just stack up my missions, and at some point go back to Valdos Rest. So it's all about balancing how much time you want to spend in Haywork and how much in Valdos Rest. But if you do it properly, you should never run out of your Yun missions. And again, I think this character is pretty good for it because, well, you don't really care about clearing the map, you only care about killing the boss, especially in this zone, and killing your syndicate members. So that's gonna be it for today. I think it is really good strategy. I'm gonna do it for a bit now, and again you can make probably around 6 exalts per hour. And actually just today I did another like a small test, and after I think 4 hours I was at 7 exalts per hour. So again, if you do it more, you will learn more about how to do it properly, and you will make more money. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more, you can check out my Twitch channel, ZenM. Link is in the description, and see you next time.